It is generating 27,500 Rand per month. It needs a bit of work. We're in a higher risk area, so you want to make sure you're providing a good, secure product to attract that quality tenant. Your level of churn when you've got a family tenant as opposed to an individual tenant is much higher. You can get really good tenants in this market. Welcome back to another case study with your host with the most. Today we're going to be looking at a building of 5 times 3 bedroom duplexes. It's in an area called Haddon. Haddon is in the old south of Johannesburg. It is close to Rosettenville, Turffontein, Kenilworth, etc. Haddon is a particularly nice area for me because it's on the outskirts of the south, so it's not really that close to the main city or the main streets, and your risk of delinquent behavior is slightly lower. If you are attracting families and you're getting the right kind of vetting in place, you can get really good tenants in this market. So I'm very excited to show you. This is a deal that we bought on auction. Well, we actually bought it before auction, but it was going to be on auction and we put in an offer beforehand. And it's 100% financed by a private investor. So it's just me and this one private investor. We've got a 50-50 stake in this building. He's financing the building and he's getting a return on his money. He's getting a loan, plus he's getting a stake in the company, which is pretty cool. On the left here, we've got a school. Another great indicator for me when it's a good deal is it's close to schools, it's close to amenities, because what kind of tenants want to be close to schools? Your families, the tenants that are going to stay for long, they're going to look after the property. They want to have stability for their family, which means they don't want to be moving a lot. So your level of churn when you've got a family tenant as opposed to an individual tenant is much higher. So that's why I'm way more inclined and excited to be in these kind of areas than to be there in the middle of town where, you know, you've got your one bed, your bachelor flats. Your rate of tenant turnover is just going to be substantially higher. So here we're at the street, and on the left here is the building. This is John Paul. This is a building of 5 times 3 bed duplexes, as you can see in the back. It needs a bit of work. This is not really a great landlord. He hasn't looked after this investment, which is probably why he's selling. How we found it, this property was listed on an auction site. It had been on the market for a couple of months. I've been putting in offers every time, but the seller just wasn't motivated enough to accept my offer yet. But once I saw it go on auction, that was the trigger for me to say they've reached a level of motivation. Now, instead of going to auction and bidding against a whole bunch of other people and pushing that price point up, I decided to contact the agent directly, and we made a deal before it went to auction. The reason why this owner is motivated is because they've inherited this property from their family and they just have no interest in actually managing or maintaining this property. And now it's become delinquent, run down, they've got delinquent tenants. So, you know, for them, it's turned into a liability as opposed to an asset. We bought it for 1.1 million. That's a 32% discount to the original asking price. It is generating 27,500 Rand per month in rental income, giving a gross yield of 30%. This deal is making 12,000 Rand in net cash flows with an internal rate of return of 17%. That is what my partner and I are getting from being invested in this deal. The property was financed by private finance. I bought on an angel investor. He paid for the entire purchase price, transfer fees, and all the renovations. And in exchange for putting this deal together, I got 50% of the pie. As you can see, there are 3 duplexes, and then here are 2 duplexes. So in total, 5 3-bedroom duplexes. We'll get inside one of the units just now. In terms of the outside, there's some key things that we need to fix on this building to make sure that it's a good investment. We've got to improve on security. If you're not having a secure product, you're not attracting good quality tenants. We need to make sure that the outside is appealing, curbside appeal. We need to look at the roof to make sure that the roof is not leaking or doesn't have any issues. Those are going to be our main areas of concern on the outside. Also making sure that the parking is accessible, the gate is automated so that tenants don't have to wait outside. We're in a higher risk area, so you want to make sure you're providing a good, secure product to attract that quality tenant. So as you come in, there's going to be a little bit of paint work needed just to clean it up a bit. But on the left here, you've got your bathroom, guest toilet with a sink, which is quite nice. And we're moving into the main room here. Again, I think the main thing we need to focus on is just repainting the unit, but it looks good. This is the lounge and TV area. So I walk in here, we've got the kitchen. As you can see, there's a couple built-in cupboards. I really like when there is a tin place for the water, because this is not going to rust very easily. It's very durable and it's going to stay consistent. And then we've got stoves, got a couple of appliances. And then here we're going upstairs. Starting here on the right, this is the family bathroom, and it's pretty spacious, to be fair. Bathroom, shower, toilet, sink, everything seems to be functioning and in pretty good order. Pretty spacious. I would say maybe like 20 square meters. You've got built-in cupboards, space for a bed. So here we're in the second bedroom. Again, built-in cupboards, 2 beds, pretty spacious. Are you happy here?
Yes.
Fantastic, I like to hear that. So here we're in the third and final bedroom. So same thing, built-in cupboards, nice bed, bit of a view. And this is what an average 3-bedroom looks like. So that's the end of the John Paul case study. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember to like and share this video. If you want to learn how to buy your own block of flats, you might want to consider joining my coaching or mentorship program. During this program, you get interaction, one-on-one time with me. You get access to my tools and templates. You get access to my power team and all the people that I use, the professionals around me. And I will take you through everything from finding a deal, negotiating a good price, signing the offer to purchase, raising finance, getting the transfer going, and managing your assets so that it meets your return requirements. Unfortunately, I only take on 10 students per year, so depending when you apply, I might be full, I might not. But if you want to learn more and you want to be enrolled for the next upcoming event, click the link below. And until next time, happy investing.